Daily drama, real tea, no filters, just mic drop daily. Don't forget to subscribe. Judge Aaron just made a bold move, and it's not looking good for Diddy. He's officially putting pressure on the attorneys, especially the prosecution, to dig up cases just like Diddy's, where the charges were calculated under transportation to engage, the same category that got Diddy into hot water. But here's the kicker. The judge wants examples where the person had the lowest possible criminal history, just like Diddy, who's technically a first-time offender. This isn't just legal housekeeping. This is Judge Aaron basically saying, I want this man locked up, but I need receipts. He doesn't want to risk getting overturned on appeal, so he's being methodical. He's asking for hard data on previous cases where the main conviction was under laws 18 and 24, and the sentencing calculations were made under Guideline 2G11A, with a criminal history category of 1. That's the lowest level, meaning no priors. And here's where it gets even more serious. The judge has asked both sides to submit a joint letter by September 1st, 2025. That letter needs to list matching cases, docket numbers, jurisdictions, the whole deal. No arguments, no commentary, just pure facts. Later on, each side will be allowed to reference that list and argue why certain cases are relevant or not. Translation? Judge Aaron wants to build a clean, airtight case for why Diddy deserves time behind bars, using the law and precedent. And let's not forget, this is the same judge who's already denied Diddy bail twice. That alone speaks volumes. So yes, this is a heavy hint that Aaron is leaning towards sentencing Diddy to actual prison time. But he's not playing fast and loose. He wants backup, he wants comparisons, and he wants to show that Diddy isn't getting treated unfairly, but also isn't getting off easy. After Diddy got acquitted on the RICO charge, you'd think things would calm down. But nope, it only exposed how serious Judge Aaron is about cleaning up the chaos in his courtroom. And trust, the jurors are out here acting wild. Here's where it gets crazy. An alternate juror, not even part of the main decision-making crew, popped up on CNN running his mouth. This guy wasn't even juror number 6. He was an alternate, meaning he was just waiting on standby, yet he went public and revealed that the jury unanimously discussed how Dawn Rashad's testimony didn't make sense and how the cross-examination tore her apart. According to him, everyone felt like this whole thing was a setup to bring Diddy down. But here's the real problem. That's a straight-up violation of Judge Aaron's direct orders. The judge clearly told the jury that they were not allowed to talk about the case with anyone, not even with each other during deliberation unless properly instructed. This alternate juror just admitted on live TV that those rules were completely ignored. Even worse, he wasn't even an active juror during the verdict. This man was sitting on the bench like a substitute player, and yet he still felt the need to go out, speak for everyone, and throw the whole jury process under the bus. And let's talk about who this guy is. Supposedly, he works for the United Nations. That's already raising eyebrows because it hints at deeper connections we might not know about. The way he sat there, smirking on national television, all confident and polished, it looked way too strategic. Like he was setting the stage for something bigger or trying to get in someone's good graces. Honestly, this dude turned jury duty into a media tour. The judge laid it out plain and simple. Do not talk to each other about the case. And what did this guy do? He sprinted to the cameras like he's chasing clout. It's wild, and while it probably won't change the outcome of the trial, it definitely puts a dark cloud over the whole process. When you're explicitly told to keep your mouth shut and stay out of the media, and you still go running to every camera you can find, that's straight up reckless. This alternate juror had no business talking to the press, and even worse, no business chatting with the main jurors about anything related to the case. If he's doing it, that only means one thing. The main jurors are definitely out here talking too. And that is a major violation of Judge Aaron's direct orders. Let's be real, and this should be a huge deal. The judge gave crystal clear instructions. No side conversations, no media appearances, no backroom discussions. But here's this alternate juror, breaking all the rules, dragging the whole process into a circus, and the worst part, he just exposed the rest of the jury by admitting that they were all talking behind the scenes. Now, do I think Judge Aaron is going to throw out the whole case over this? Probably not. A mistrial doesn't look likely, and nothing might come directly from this rogue juror's media tour. But let's not kid ourselves. Judge Aaron has to be watching. He's definitely taking notes. This juror didn't just throw shade. He practically lit a match under the integrity of the jury. Hopefully, when it comes time for Diddy's sentencing, the judge remembers this nonsense. Even if it doesn't change the technicalities, it should show that this whole thing was getting messy outside the courtroom, too. The jury broke rules, disrespected the judge's authority, and this guy basically went public to brag about it. And just when you think it couldn't get any messier, now Media Takeout is claiming more charges might be coming for Diddy. But take that with a big old grain of salt, because let's be honest, Media Takeout isn't exactly the gold standard for legal updates. Still, if there's any truth to it, the prosecution might be loading up for round 2. They already fumbled a bunch of the charges they wanted to stick, and Diddy's assets, locked up and protected. The real L came from how the jurors handled this whole thing. They had a solid case, but the execution? Total disaster. This whole situation is starting to look real familiar, just like the OJ trial all over again. And let's be honest, the chances of Diddy catching even more charges right now? Pretty slim. A few content creators are pushing that narrative, claiming the prosecution is working overtime while he's already locked up, trying to stack more charges on his back. But unless they pull out something major, like tying him to Biggie or Kim Porter's passing, like it's probably not happening anytime soon. Now, if they even dared to link him to Tupac, that would shake the whole culture. But let's be real, that's a slow burn, not something that's going to explode in the next few months. If they really want to go that route, they need serious, undeniable evidence, because here's the truth. Diddy just beat a federal RICO charge, and that's no small feat. The feds almost never lose RICO cases. We're talking about a 2% chance of beating it. And Diddy pulled it off. So no, he's not going down for more charges. At least not now. If anything happens, it'll be years from now, maybe even a decade or more. But once he's out, whether that's in a few months or a couple of years, all eyes will be on him. Who's he going to align with? What media outlets will be racing to get his first exclusive? What's his next move in the music industry? That comeback story could be insane if he plays it right. But before we get too far ahead, let's not forget, the resentencing is coming up on October 3rd. That's the date that's going to determine a whole lot about how long he actually stays inside. Until then, it's all speculation. And speaking of stars on the edge, Kanye West is reportedly facing a massive financial meltdown. His fame's been taking hit after hit, and now, with all these scandals surrounding his controversial support of that now-banned rapper, his empire's starting to crumble too. It's wild how fast things can turn in this game. European venues, the UK, America, even Australia, everyone is backing away fast. Kanye West is scrambling for a stage, and the desperation is showing. Word is, he lost a jaw-dropping $3 million overnight, and on top of that, he's shelling out hundreds of thousands to his wife for her headline-making antics. Now he's booked to perform in Slovakia next week at a 26,000-cap venue, the kind of gig he wouldn't have ever considered before. But now he's got no choice. His team is reportedly begging for gigs, calling around trying to land anything. Kanye's still demanding $7 million a night, but nobody's biting. Not even close. Promoters are steering clear, venues want no drama, and it's gotten so bad that Wembley and London Stadium straight up banned him before his latest single even dropped. He's now officially iced out by Europe, the UK, the US, and even Australia, which blocked him at the border. The man is losing money fast, and it's not just about canceled shows. This is what happens when artists forget where their power really comes from. Some of these billion-dollar celebs get so caught up in stroking their own egos, they forget that there are people above them, powerful execs, gatekeepers, who gave them that spotlight in the first place. And those same gatekeepers, they can snatch it all away in a heartbeat. Image, deals, influence, all of it gone. That's what's happening to Kanye. And it's already happened to Diddy. He crossed the line. He disobeyed the wrong people, and in just a few years, they brought him all the way down. The fall from grace has been brutal. And honestly, if Diddy ever walks out of prison, he might come out a whole different man. Humbled, quiet, no longer chasing that devilish image he once flaunted, because now he knows the game isn't his to control. Let this be a reality check, and if for anyone who thinks they're untouchable, the world doesn't bend to your ego forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more explosive updates just like this. You don't want to miss what's coming next.